Welcome back, everybody! Yippee-ki-yay! Welcome back again.
I love running this thing.
I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like I'm going faster when I'm jumping. It's kind of like how you tap the A button whenever you catch a Pokemon, thinking it's doing something.
But unfortunately, we're gonna have to leave the. Did you just kill that thing?
Yes, I just killed that thing. It's called being eco-friendly.
Oh, excuse you.
Isn't the newbies.
Keep yapping, Jelly Boy. We'll see who.
Okay, he takes no crap from no one.
Good.
Think of the precursors.
One way or another.
2 words for you. Toothbrush.
Seriously though, what the fuck, dude? It's just that thing was part of the environment. Anyway, so yeah.
Tough wheels for tough work.
So this is actually going to make a good half of this game's progression. You're actually going to ride a bunch of these vehicles, but of course you got to start somewhere.
No dune buggy.
Get in, Dax.
Looks like a vehicle only primarily meant for like crash dummies.
If you win, I'll let you keep
something
that
like
little
that.
vehicle for as long as you live.
Yeah.
And if I win, I don't have anything. I'd say that yappy rodent of yours is a bit bony, but skinned and buttered, he'd make a nice treat. My vehicle against him.
Forget it, buddy. Jack would never
Done. What?
Wow.
Don't worry. If there's one thing I can do, it's race.
Even though you've only raced one time in your life and it was on a motorcycle.
Technically twice, and even then, it's like this is not the same kind of racing from Jak 2.
Nope. And don't worry, they start you off with a tutorial, but yeah, welcome to the Vehicles of the Wasteland.
Welcome to the Wasteland.
Oh yeah, no, this is easy I think about it, this is actually the largest open world thing they've made so far.
In terms of the Jak and Daxter series, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty big. You can get out of your vehicle at any time, and we're just going to do some tutorials. And I will say, to this game's credit, they did a pretty decent job with the car mechanics, so much so that they'd make it... Go ahead.
Not to mention, also to its credit, like, it does seem big and spacious, but I think they just make it big and spacious enough that it doesn't feel like a complete drag.
Oh boy.
Yes, and the vehicles move fast enough, and it should be said, I can never get these skid turns right, but don't worry, you almost never have to really use them. I'm going to try one more time, just to see if I can do it authentically.
The most you really need these for are, like, races.
Yeah, you turn on the dime really quickly, like an e-brake turn.
By the way, what a pretty little star out in the distance.
Yeah, that doesn't look foreboding at all.
Yeah.
So it will be said that they did a pretty decent job with the driving mechanics, so much so that they'd make an entire game based on it later.
Pretty much.
All right.
Oops.
Now, I meant to stop on it. And if I hold it, then I can jump in place. That's pretty much all I gotta know. So with that said, we are going to go to our little wager, which
We're
is
off to the races.
It's actually a pretty easy race. There's a little bit of rubber banding involved, but use your turbos wisely with the R2 button, you'll be fine.
There's a little bit of rubber banding, and I will admit there is a little bit of physics involved. So if you do it in an exact way, then you could accidentally screw yourself out of winning.
Oh yeah, if you get stuck and if you fall down at any point in time, so be careful.
Jak.
Yes, Dax.
If this thing eats me, I'm gonna kill you.
And that's Cleaver and the Sand Shark back there. One of the most classic weapons we're going to use after this. Well, that's the other thing.
Wipe out.
I know if you are smart enough, you can actually blow these things up, and suddenly I've had it happen where they've all blown up, and it was just me and Cleaver because everyone else just blew up.
Well, they're just meat shields at the end of the day.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, this is essentially just this is pretty much the starting racetrack. I honestly forgot how many races you actually have to go through throughout the entire game. But
This is the only one.
Oh, really? I could have sworn there were more.
There are others, but this is the only race one I can think of.
So this is the only one that's mandatory.
Yeah, and this is think of it like your entrance exam.
I mean, kind of odd that they just give you the one here, given how much of a big focus this thing's gonna be.
Okay, you get the idea of the course. Let's just go.
Everybody supersonic racing, yeah.
You get the idea though.
Pretty much. Honestly, we're gonna go for something else, but then I realized how fucking stupid it sounded.
Everybody super Daxter. I don't know. It doesn't work either. So
how sad when even in the racing games, Daxter's never
Gotta
playable.
keep your feet right on the ground.
I know. So I'm gonna say right now, real quick. You know how, like, in a Mario Kart game, once you pass the finishing line, it does, like, a little idle animation of you driving around the track?
Yeah.
It's going to do that here, spoilers. The second I do this, Cleaver is going to send all the Marauders to kill me because he's going to be like, yeah, I said you could keep that thing for as long as you live. Let's see how long that lasts. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to skip ahead, but I'm going to wait until I finish going all the way back to the starting line, because if I was to hit X right now, it would immediately give me control, and I'd have to suddenly drive back with Marauders shooting. So I'm going to do it right here, that way I'm as close as I can be back to the garage. Otherwise, yeah, these guys will give me a lot of trouble, so that's why I would recommend waiting until you're just back. That's why I would recommend doing a fourth lap, that way you're as close as you can to being back at the garage. There we go.
It's almost really not salty.
Nice wheel work. My advisor here says you have vehicle skills.
I can hold my own.
This one.
I honestly forget how, like,
I think you should
attached
keep him
Pete
for
Pecker
now.
was to
Get it, Pecker.
Jack's
There are a number of
racing
artifacts
shenanigans.
to be
I won't say
found
none at
in the
all,
wasteland.
but, you know.
Fresh storms churn the sand.
Not until like some of the more vehicles. I will say, yeah, the car stuff in this and Jack X are pretty good, and the flight stuff in Jack Lost Frontier was pretty fun.
And one more
For what
thing.
that was worth.
If you get caught in the storms, they will tear the flesh from your very bones.
That's some strong wind.
Thanks for the
Seriously.
pep talk.
Kind of surprised this place is still standing.
So that was the biggest race in the game. That was like the only race in the game. Now we have time trial things.
Now we gotta go out and collect shit.
Which, right now, with no way to defend ourselves, is going to be a pain. Don't worry, we will get vehicles to help us defend ourselves much better in the future.
In fact, I want to say that the last mission and this one are the only ones where you really need this thing.
We got an artifact. Cool.
I think this is the last.
Afterwards, you get a weapon. You actually do get a vehicle that does have a machine gun.
We got another item.
Yeah, so I guess this one's to help familiarize yourself. Just, yeah, keep an eye out for those light beams. While
Honestly,
we're
though, I
here-
wouldn't be surprised if some people just stick to this thing for the sake of a challenge run, assuming assuming it's not a mission where you're required for one or the other.
Yeah, there are some cases where you just need to get from point A to point B to just go to a mission itself, but yeah, pretty much we're just gonna, after this, we're gonna get an upgrade that's so much better than this car in every way. Better speed. Some of the cars have some of the cars have better handling. Some of them have better weapons. So there is a drawback to each one, except for this one. This one's just a piece of crap.
Of course.
Hi, what kind of racing games have you played?
Aside from the usual Mario Kart and CTR.
And the games that like involve driving to some
Let's
extent.
see. I know I played Mickey Speedway USA once. I played the demo for the first Sega All Stars Racing, and that was pretty decent. I don't know, off the top of my head, I can't think of any other really dedicated racers that I've played.
Well, I know there's racing in some of the Ratchet games.
Yeah, I mean there was the hoverboard
yeah.
stuff. I don't remember what else.
In 2 and 3, there were bike stuff, I think.
So yeah, this is a riveting fetch quest.
It's
Although-
a lot. It's
actually,
just a big loop we're doing.
Actually, I just realized. I forget if did you already mention the fact that one of these artifacts you can collect are literally power cells?
I think so. Oh, really? They are actually?
Yeah, some of them can be power cells from Jack 1.
Oh, that's cool. So far, we've just been finding triangles and
Find
little
the last
doodads.
artifact, Jack.
And I forgot to mention in the first part, as you saw, precursor orbs are reprising their role as being something we collect to give ourselves Easter eggs and bonuses. Metalhead Skull Gems actually are no longer used to upgrade our dark powers. They're more or less a currency used to pay money to play little mini games to just earn precursor orbs. So just a means to an end.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds. Those are always the kinds of items that aren't always the best.
Well, I will say at least they're optional, as opposed to in the first into the previous game where you almost needed to get them to be better at stuff.
Well, yeah. For a super mode, you barely got any use out of it in the first place.
Almost there.
Yeah, I didn't get to use giant mode, and the invincibility was pretty okay. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
At
once you
least
got
they're more
the Dark Jack bomb attack, that's about all you really needed.
Yeah, that's true.
Good work. That was close.
Aw, he's showing some sentiment toward us.
Demo says.
Thank you.
My concern was for the artifacts, and we will use them well. That armor you found, it is very rare indeed.
Oh yeah, that's right. For this game, they give you Jack can get armor sets that increases his health. Much needed in a game like this.
Yeah, don't think of it like a defense thing. We just get 2 more health pips in the lower left there, and our appearance does change as we equip new armor. So it should go blip, blip, there.
Hooray!
I feel a song coming. No.
Just I do appreciate that with this game. Your improved health actually does make a difference. Unlike the last game, where even though you had like 8 bits of health, you still got hit like so often. You lose so much health for doing so. It's like, what was he?
Oh wait, crap! I just remembered there is one other race in this game.
Oh.
This isn't a game.
Oh, that's right. This one.
What?
Although to be fair, we're not running on. I see. But yeah, it's not on a cart though. You are riding on lemurs. Or leapers. Sorry. I get lemurs.
Man, those babies sure stuffed their faces. We saw one gulp a load of kangaroos not too long ago. Stupid rats. They just sat.
Oh, jeez. Extra.
Well, it looks rat-ish, so whatever.
It was close enough. Shouldn't have just sat right there. So, if she can beat us, we have to give her that dark crystal we got from the statue.
Okay. You're welcome.
But if we win, we get a light crystal. So, let's do it.
Ouch.
Yeah. Away!
On your monk.
Yeah.
See ya, monk boy.
Yeah. Oh, it should be said, we were talking about the differences between this and Haven City. One thing to be careful of that James did not mention is that, yes, it is better than Haven City. The residents sure aren't.
Oh, yeah, no. If you so much as push them
like
off
that.
to the curb like that, they'll start shooting at you.
Everyone is armed. So, if you hit someone or shoot them, they're going to shoot back at you.
Mm-hmm. And boy, does that not make for a pleasant experience. They're like the in-between between the Haven City residents and the Crimson Guards.
Yeah.
So long as you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you.
Like that.
Well, time to ride.
But yeah, they can't really catch up to you if you're on a leaper lizard, so... And, easy does it, don't lose track, and we will win the race.
You almost got it.
Almost. Oh, jeez, we got more for. I don't know. I forgot if I forgot to like check to see if the checkpoint system in this game was more forgiving than the one in the second game.
I want to say it's more forgiving. Like I definitely don't remember there being as many really far and wide checkpoints as there was in 2.
I guess what I would say is that if not the checkpoint system, then I would say the missions themselves aren't as long as the second game. Like, so there's not as much of a need for frequent checkpoints.
You filthy animal.
Speak for yourself.
The crystal is yours.
Thank you.
Hooray! Now we got both a dark and light crystal. Just don't mix them together, otherwise you could cause an influx in space and time.
Do be kind enough to give them back.
Man, and who would want that stupid PlayStation Move game?
Because of that, the day star approaches, and
Oh.
every day it grows brighter. This planet's final trial is coming.
Well,
that's a very lovely image.
Yep. So there's a big thing coming our way. Oh goodness me.
Hopefully we can take care of it by the time it comes.
We should clear up for those wondering. We should clear up for those
Dude.
wondering. No, I'm doing that. We should clear that for those wondering. Hype has never seen this game before, so we are going to give him the tour.
The scope shows a group of metalheads moving through the desert.
And it's also the reason why I'm not talking quite as much, because I'm trying to take in and hear everything.
That's fair.
And you've got some proving to do.
I still wonder where Cleaver got that battle scar up there on his head.
Who knows?
The head
Looks like
doesn't look
It
pretty.
doesn't even look like he even healed.
Terrific.
Why does it sound like you're
My
living out the
father
dangerous
was.
parts? Jack, I'm getting some nasty juju vibes here. I don't have any
Yeah,
nothing,
we're
you
doing that
know.
whole thing.
Relax.
Well, at
Yeah, we
least
can take out metalheads.
Well, at least he and crew aren't related.
Seen a wasteland metalhead.
No.
He does kind of look like he'd be related to Crew, though, mainly with the face.
Heroes.
So
Artifact.
our new vehicle upgrade that we're never gonna go back to the Doom Buggy again. Meet the Sand Shark.
Yay!
This baby has got infinite machine guns on the front of it.
Wonder what powers it.
No clue, but it's going to be helpful because we're taking out wasteland metalheads, which, they're bigger.
Yes. And they hit harder. Like?
Oh, jeez.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't get sent flying right when he got in your direction.
It's kind of haunting when you get hit. I'll probably shut off once, but when you get hit, the music goes quiet and they just roar at you as you fly away.
Yeah, These
Oh,
things
let's see it happen.
These things ain't no joke! Jeez. This thing's
And they can do a lot of...
Oh,
Oh, damn.
and they can do a
Kick
lot
for
of...
days.
I
Yeah.
feel like one of these days, whenever you get sent flying again, you may as well just add the Luigi. No!
If it happens again, I will. But
Okay.
for this,
Yeah, like
I'm probably gonna
like the
for this-
Luigi.
That's what I
doing.
said.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, and it should.
Oh, I thought you were saying like the. I thought it was a different yell you were doing.
No, the classic yell. I'm probably gonna be cutting out a bit of this place where I can
Oh god, look at Luigi go!
just flies off. So it should be said. I'm probably gonna cut out a little bit of this here and there because they have a lot of health and they're pretty much following the exact same trail, and you just have to gun them down until they fall.
Yeah,
down,
these things are beefy as fuck. I mean, if their appearance wasn't a dead giveaway.
Been going all night. And be careful, these things can turn on a dime. There was another one. Last one's this way.
Yeah, one.
Where is he?
Jeez, this thing's kicking up a lot of dust, and it's about to kick.
Oh wait,
Oh.
it just ran us over.
Oh, well, that was pleasant.
And he's dead.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wow.
Bam!
What's with these metalheads anyway? I thought we got rid of them all.
He had a Dark Eco Crystal and something else.
What the? Wait a minute. I recognize
Weird
that
cyborg
voice.
guy.
Every dark eco crystal you can find. Time is short. Did you hear me?
He's dead.
Hi there.
I don't like the sound of your
Who?
voice.
More on
So
him
it's in his
later.
face. Oh yeah.
Yes, Hype, it's exactly who you think it is. I'm honestly surprised
Well, we can
there was enough of
payroll,
them left to
my boy.
rebuild.
Come on, Bigfoot. Let's
But
get
more
back.
on him later and why the heck he's managed to be still a thing.
Let alone siding with the metalheads.
Let alone being
Whatever
the
you
ult-
just said, sure thing.
yeah, let alone being the ultimate final boss of this game.
Whatever you just
Somehow.
said, I'm 100% with you.
Yes, thank you, Robert Williams. I'm still
No,
saying that.
seriously, the call kind of garbled what all you
No,
said.
no, don't worry. In a way, Hype, this is perfect. You'll learn more about that character later. Let's go back to Let's go back to Sparkus.
And don't mind all these desert pirates you see every now and again.
All right, we're go. Oh,
Oh,
they shot us through the barrier.
Good thing none of them
I'm
got
surprised you
inside
don't kill
town.
the car when you get off it.
Hello.
Like you do to these things.
I'm doing that every time. I don't care what you say.
Sooner or later, these people are not gonna have a reliable means of getting from place to place within a...
It's called leaving it as you left it. There was not a leaper lizard when I got there, and I'm making sure there's no leaper lizard then when I leave.
I call bullshit on that previous statement, but okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, hello, Precursor Orb.
Why do you have a bottomless pit in
It's
your
like-
sauna? Jeez.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah, so
fair,
I
It's like
just
just going back to the whole issue. It's like, they have legs, they should use them.
So this game actually did something different. By the way, Cleaver's diaper is just, they take off his pants, you just see his underwear.
oh,
That's
it's
it's
very
pointless.
it's very unsettling.
Well, it's just pointless, because it's just in cutscenes. Anyway, so this game does something
Yeah,
interesting.
It's just the game having fun with itself.
So I will say, precursor orbs are a little more useful in this game because they're not just upgrades. They're not just Easter eggs like big head mode and little head mode. That is actually how you buy upgrades to your weapons
Oh,
now.
Mr. Sand King? Yes. I'd like to place a complaint.
What's up, Hype?
We've been training
I don't know
hard.
if it's just
Must either kill a neighbor
I don't know if
or
it's
take
just
up
me,
the hangman.
but the more I hear
Maybe I'll
Bumper's
just
voice in this, it sounds exactly like the Phantom Virus. Makes me wonder if he even voiced him in that.
I don't know. Also, we should talk about this now. So, in the previous game, we had the Scattergun, Peacemaker, Vulcan Fury, and the Beammaster. We now have upgrades in this game, like legit upgrades.
Pretty
We
much.
have now tripled the amount of weapons that there were in the first game.
And literal loose.
The Wave Concussor, full blast. If you charge it up, it basically makes a giant wave around you. But
I was.
and the
And
longer
who,
you hold,
who said you could shoot that in my throne room?
sorry, I just break all of his furniture. So this is So in this game, you can get a total of you can get a total of 12. At this point, James is going to learn that it's wasted energy to try and fight me anymore.
Yeah, you're not. Nothing I say is gonna stop you from killing all the Yoshis.
especially since it's been since I recorded. I recorded this back in June. Moving on. So, moving on. So yeah, you can get up to 3 new weapons for each tier. And that's why... Oh, we just get the Dark Armor off the bat then, huh?
Yep.
Alright then.
Whatever you say.
Sweet, glad to have that back. But again, it uses up your Dark Jack immediately. So that's why the controls for the weapons... Oh, next platform. That's why the controls for the... That's why the controls for the weapon have changed a bit more. If you want to put away the weapon, you actually have to push. You have to push a directional pad in. You have to push one of the D-pad buttons, but then hold it. Otherwise, if you just push it normally, that's how you cycle between each of the 3 upgraded versions of each gun. So yeah, the Wave Concussor is, again, you start holding the button down, and once you release it, depending on how long you held it for, you'll use up a certain amount of ammo and make a giant wave at your feet to clear out enemies.
Yeah. Assuming there's like a wave of enemies where it's really useful.
Yeah. I should.
Like, I mean, especially considering like a good half of the game is literally on the vehicle. Some of these upgrades do feel a little, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're situational.
Yeah, they're incredibly situational.
Some of them are. Some of the weapons are pretty decent. I think the one we're about to get here, the beam reflector. The beam reflector is one of the best upgrades, I think, for the beam gun itself. Let's go get that then, shall we? And get our second medal already.
I can't believe you 2 are still alive.
Yeah, what a surprise.
See, you don't sound terribly happy about that. Oh, never mind.
Who appointed you
Oh,
king?
this part.
He did. Well, almost. Kind of a semi-king. You know, you should see our sleep.
I'll leave this,
And his harem of
I don't know what happens here, but
I never
yeah, no, it doesn't happen yet. I think it's before the final.
I don't see no
Oh.
crown on that fat
I think it's about to
here
happen.
it is.
You want a crown?
I'll keep myself
you.
quiet.
Don't make me come down there from this perch.
I got a perch for you, Birdie, right here. Twirl it.
That's it. It's go time.
He just gave him the bird.
Enough. If I wanted
He
you
gave
to
the
fight,
bird
I
to a
would've
bird.
commanded it. You did very
And to think
well,
that
Jack.
completely flew past me when I first played this game.
Our training program
Oh, and
is so
Damus is
good.
having
Yeah.
feelings
Here
about
is your
us.
second
Aw,
battle
I
amulet.
wonder
New
why.
weapon mod.
So yeah, this is the beam
One more
reflector.
arena win.
What this allows us to do is it's the beam gun, the yellow gun again, but basically it takes 2 ammo per shot. But the big catch with this gun that makes it awesome is that let's get some ammo. Oh yeah, that's just saying that now I can get new upgrades for my weapons, like give yourself more ammo and stuff. Beam reflector does this. Got it right here, and 1 bullet takes 2 ammunition, but
It
goes
becomes
everywhere.
It literally becomes a Gemini laser.
it goes everywhere, and it will home in on normal shot, beam reflector shot. If you're in a crowd of enemies, this can take out a lot of people quickly. Because it'll just bounce between all the enemies at once. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So, until then, join us in the next part where we will be doing some more excursions out into the wasteland.
You boy. Till next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
I enjoy it.